Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new back in the UMPs here at I55. We're car number one out here out of this 14 car field. Should be interesting. I don't like being the number one car because then it puts more pressure on us, but we need to go get a few practice in, see how this track is. It looks very tacked up and all that, but we run CFM sets. If you guys want to check them out, link in the description or at the top of the video. Use my code A4G for 10% off, and Pro Series is starting this week, or has started already this week. And if you guys want to try and make yourself a pro race, go check out their sets. They always got some real fast stuff. So let's go get some practice, and I'll see you guys for qualifying. All right, let's go see what we could do here in qualifying. You start out the lap very, very quickly. Like, you come out of the pits, you're in 3 and 4 already, starting your lap. So got to get going pretty quick. Second lap might be a little bit faster, honestly, just because you could have more speed in 3 and 4, but we're just going to run our laps out. I don't really care to try and set up for the second lap and all that. That was pretty close to what we ran in practice. We ran like a 1:37, I think, in practice. So that's honestly not too bad. Second lap was not faster because we didn't set up for it, but the 2-car outran us in practice was like a 1:27 or 1:28. So me and him were very close in practice times. We're very close in qualifying times as well. So far we have held on to the lead. We'll have to see Tony run some laps because I know he's very quick as well. So we're at least going to start somewhat towards the front for the heat racing. That's nice. So hopefully we can stay on the pole. Fingers crossed. All right, we're rolling off here. We did hold on to the pole, luckily. So that's nice. So if we can win this heat race, we will see if we can try and hold the lead in the feature as well. Donovan was asking me what like is a good throttle to use, and I just told him I try to keep it somewhat straight. I don't want to get too sideways and all that. I don't really have like a specific amount of throttle I use. Just kind of go off of feel in a way. So not really paying too much attention to throttle.
All right, guys, top up here on the wall.
But we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can get a decent little jump here.
No matter what it gives us, man.
Short 8-lap race, and then 30 for the feature. This track goes by pretty quick because it's pretty small. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can hold it up front. This truck goes in really late.
Hey, brother, you do your thing. Green flag.
For some reason, I thought it went in on the back stretch, but that's the exit of pit road. I'm an idiot. That shows you I'm never up front at I55 to pay attention to the pace truck.
13.455.
See if we can try and pull away a little bit. Just run like we were in qualifying, straight through the middle. Which that's going to get pretty slicked off at some point, and it's probably going to move up top, I would imagine. I know you can make the bottom work here, but I feel like you want to keep momentum up more when it's not super slicked off.
299.
I know when this place gets like ultra slicked off, you can just run straight through the middle of the slick, and that's like the fastest way. But I don't think this track will get that slicked off. It started out pretty tacky. I didn't even pay attention to how many cars we have out here, like 14 maybe, something like that.
12.352.
So there's not a ton of cars out here. We're not going to have a consolation or anything. Going straight from heats to the feature.
12.336.
How many more laps do we got? 2 more laps. Hudson's been keeping it right on us.
Oh, baby, give me one good lap. We'll be spraying some
One more.
champagne.
Hope he's spraying some champagne for a heat win. You guys were wasting champagne on a heat win? I got way too sideways there. But Hudson kept it right on us, so I really couldn't mess up or he was going to be right there to take the lead. So had a decent little heat run there. We'll start pole for the feature, and hopefully we can do the same thing in the feature race. Start out on pole. All right, rolling off on the pole for the feature here. We'll see how long we can hold on to the lead. I feel like it's not going to be the whole race because I-55 is a tough track for me. Never been one of my best tracks by any means. The smaller ones are very, very tough in general. For me, like, I'm better at the Eldora, Knoxville, Charlottes, stuff like that than these smaller tracks. I'm bad at knowing when a line changes and stuff like that, and the line can change here very quickly. So
One to go.
we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a jump, and hopefully we can get a pretty clean race through the field. Because I think there's like 14, 15, 16 cars out here, something like that. Not 100% sure. So hopefully they can keep it clean. But here we go.
Pace cars off. Have a good day. Pace flag.
Decent little jump there. I think the guy that was in fourth absolutely dove it into the damn corner.
Outside. All clear.
Yeah, he's got that outside rolling. I think it might be more on the outside. Somebody's already in the pits. I'm gonna try and slide up here. Cause I feel like it might be more outside.
Clear. 12.661.
The way that he was running it.
Clear low.
Maybe it was more middle. I don't know. He was running this outside really well. I thought the middle was kind of sliding out too much on me.
Son of a bitch.
But nice job by him getting the lead.
12.608.
See if we can get back by him at all. Try not to get his rear end on entry. And we're going to have a caution. So now we'll be restarting on the outside. We lost the lead there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can try to get it back in the race. All right, on the outside for this restart, we got only 5 laps in. It felt like a lot more because these laps go by very, very quick. So felt like we were going around for longer than that, but we were not apparently. And we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can have a decent start on the outside. Timed it okay. It wasn't awful. Just gotta try and get this outer lane rolling. I got too tight there. Did not get it turning. I'm getting turned. Are you gonna lift it all? You gonna lift it all? Jesus. That was just getting turned straight into the corner. There was like, I had no control over the car at that point. How there was no caution? I don't know. I thought for sure there was going to be a much bigger wreck. Is there damage? Yeah. Front end damage and on the left side. So that's not going to help our cause at all. Luckily, it didn't break our tires. Like our left front could have been broken pretty easily there. I feel like. This guy's like running real low in 1 and 2, real high in 3 and 4. If we can stay under him. Dang it, got too sideways on entry there. I feel like this middle lane's still pretty good if you could hit it right and not get too sideways. But it might be becoming higher up. That's what I was hoping for right after the restart, since we were already starting on the outside.
12.908. Deleted it on 12.
But I'm really bad at running right along the wall at a lot of tracks. Like even the bigger tracks, I'm not that good at running along the wall. Did I break my right front? No, I didn't. Just hit the wall hard enough, it really messed up my entry into the next corner. But I thought I might have broke my right front right there. But that's also why I hate running the top, because you hit the wall in the straightaway, it breaks your right front very easily in these cars at least. Sometimes in the super late models they'll break easy, sometimes it won't, but UMPs it really likes to break easily. Keep hitting my back right on the wall, trying to run the top. I'm trying to keep my right rear just in the grip.
I'm so sorry, Christopher. I am actually so sorry.
That got us a free spot.
I got in the wall and it.
That was a good one, my man. Good one. Keep it up.
Yeah, he was trying to pull off the wall and he like tail whipped him to the left, unfortunately.
13.158.
Hopefully he can make that mistake some more, like we keep making mistakes, and maybe we can catch him. I need to stop smacking the wall on the front stretch, though, is my big deal.
2, deleted, just did a 13.089.
Because between smacking the wall and having damage already, I just keep slowing myself down more than our car is already slowing us down with the damage. I'm really shocked that we haven't had a caution so far on this since the restart. Wish we had this run in the beginning instead of 5 laps in. Because we were already more spread out and everything. It was like the top 3 of us up front and we were running pretty decent. But as soon as you get a restart and everything, you never know what's gonna happen. Because people drive way different. Some people drive overly aggressive on entry and lose their speed on exit. I always try to be more cautious on entry, so I get ran over by the people that are more aggressive on entry. Which is, I'm assuming, what happened. But we'll go back and see all the incidents that did happen. There's going to be a lot of wall hits, I'll tell you that. I over-rotated that one. That was like flipping into the wall, and I tried to pull off really hard, but we luckily pulled off very quick, but over-rotated the car doing that. I do think this middle is going to come back into play with how slicked off it is. We ran, what, 13.4s, 13.5s maybe? I wasn't really paying too much attention to times. That was a 13.1. That was much faster. Like I said, when it gets super slicked off, a lot of times just running straight through the slick in the middle, if you can not have the tires just spinning on you, you will be pretty quick. Unfortunate, the 6 car went down to the middle at the same exact time. A little too high there. Oh wow, we're already on 2 to go. That's crazy. That is crazy. But he does have this 13 car that is really messing up. That might green caution out. Actually, I think the leaders already took the white.
Come on, line.
Oh, that guy broke his left front.
06. I have a car.
Try and get an exit, and we're gonna finish in 3rd somehow.
Chris, I'm sorry if I tore your car up.
I don't know what happened in that entire race, but I will take it. Somehow we worked our way back to 3rd. That lap car really screwed over Hudson for us to catch him, so I will take that. Good win to, who was it, Corbin up front. He got the lead from me early, just kind of ran away with it. Actually, I don't know if he really ran away, did he? He was 0.657 off of Tony. Tony was pretty tight with him there to the end, but let's go through and see the incidents that happened, because I'm interested to know what brought out the first caution and then what happened to me when I got ran over. The 5 and the 12. The 5 got into the back of the 12 there. I know that these guys were in the wreck, but I'm unsure what exactly happened. They're 4 wide. I don't think a couple of them knew they were 4 wide. I don't think the 72 on the bottom knew they were going to be 4 wide at all, for sure. He's going to smack the wall in the front stretch. I did that a lot of times after we restarted and stuff. And I was back in like 5th. 21 cleared himself on the front stretch. That was very close. 12 car kind of coming off the corner, and the 5 car slid up into his left rear, in my opinion. It didn't look like the 12 came all the way down the track. He was just like, he was a little bit off the wall, but he wasn't like continuously going down the track or anything like that, in my opinion. I think this is, yeah, this is where we were getting run over at. What happened here? Because I was right behind these guys, just trying not to run over his rear end, and I just started getting lifted from behind, and then everybody started accordioning up real bad. So just a slight tap in my rear end got me like 90 degrees sideways really quick. So that's unfortunate. Sometimes the physics don't work out too well like that. This is where he was in the wall and then tail whipped down into the guy that was right in front of us. 14 in the 10. 10's gonna, oh, netcoat with the wall, I guess, because he didn't. I thought he was either gonna hit that car in front of him or something else. I have no clue. But he got in the wall a few times right in front of us, we were seeing. And that lap car at the end really screwed him over, I'll tell you that. 72 up in the wall, came down, same exact thing happened to the 54 again. Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate. This was with like 8 laps to go. I'm shocked there was no caution for that. That's actually pretty crazy. 5 car working his way back. That time, the 13 definitely was coming down the track. I don't know how there wasn't a caution for that either. Like, it seems like there should have been a few cautions here throughout this race, and somehow no cautions ever came out. Like, nobody actually fully spun it, but it looked like 4 or 5 different times so far there should have probably been a caution for people wrecking, but somehow they haven't finished one out. This is coming toward the end. This is the 13 car. I think that screwed over the guy right in front of us. He's right in front of the 21, slamming the wall. 21 got his rear end. I think it was this next corner right here. Oh, it was just the straightaway. I think the 13 was just too much on throttle, and he was just all over the place. So I think he was just fully on throttle, losing control of the rear end all over the place is my guess. So that was quite unfortunate for Hudson there. The 72 trying to just miss the lap car down there, and the 24 used the lap car as a pick, and it spun out the 72 there. And then they're wrecking after the checkered flag as well. So that was something. We led a couple laps in the beginning. Corbin got the lead from us because I thought the top was a little bit more in and the middle still was there better. Wish I would have gone down to the middle a little earlier, but we were like 4 seconds off of them anyways. It didn't really matter. But ran decent. Should gain a little bit irate, I think, still being the 1 car, but finishing 3rd out of this 14 car field. So let's go see what we end up getting out of the results. We gain a solid 4 out of that. So, hey, it's better than a loss, I would say, in my opinion. It was only 2,300 SOF, very low strength of field. We had a 2x from getting like 90 degrees spun sideways. I don't know how it didn't break our left front or spin out anybody else, but that was something. We were pretty fast there for the most part. I felt decent. Wasn't great up top. Once it got back down to the middle and the slick, it was fine. But overall, it was an interesting race. Happy we qualified up front. Able to lead, what was it? Led 2 laps there. And other than that, Corbin led the rest of them. So I'm happy we gained a little bit. We didn't lose any I rating out of that. So I'll take that all day. So interesting race overall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. And I will catch you guys in the next one.